Okay, hello everybody, and thank you for joining us today. We're going to kick this off. This is the Near sales presentation, and my name is Pete Baker, president of the Big Corp and international business manager for Near Speakers. And I'm joined by Mr. Bill Kiltica, who is the founder of Near Speakers, and we will be able to open things up at the end in case you have any questions. If you want to ask the master any questions about Near speakers or outdoor speaker technology. So we're going to get started right now and kick this off. So you should be hearing audio now. If you are not hearing audio, you can either call in or certainly use computer audio as well to listen to the presentation. And I am also recording this, so if you have any questions, we will be happy to answer those at the end of the presentation. So again, thank you for joining us, and appreciate you taking some time to learn about Near speakers, and hope that you're all staying safe and healthy during this very challenging time in our world history. So first of all, the topics for today, we're going to talk about who is Near, what do they make, why are their products so cool, and how can you sell the benefits offered by Near. I'm a very benefits focused sales guy, so I'm always looking at what's in it for me. If I'm a customer, either a dealer or an end user customer, I want to know what the benefits are and not just talk about features. So we're certainly going to get into that. And just a little background on who I am. Again, my name is Pete Baker, and I'm president of the Big Corp. I spent the first 20 years of my career as an integrator and licensed low voltage technician. And then I went on to work for a company called RTI, Remote Technologies Incorporated. And I was the VP of Sales and Marketing for RTI for 12 years. So I led all of the sales, marketing, customer service, tech support, product integration teams for 12 years. And then in 2014, I launched the Big Corp, and I act as an international business manager for many leading CE brands in the industry. And you can see a few of those at the bottom of the screen: Savant, Near, Nexus 21, Reva, Artisan, Russ Sound, and Klein Tools. And very happy to be working with Near speakers. So first of all, who is Near? Near has done one thing and one thing only for the past 30 years, and that is develop extremely durable and amazing sounding outdoor speakers. I regularly hear from dealers and anyone that listens to Near speakers, they just rave about the sound quality. And of course, we're very, very proud of the durability as well. So Near was founded in 1988 by Bill Kiltica, who is with us on the call today. And we're recognized as a leader for premium outdoor sound. We've won 5 straight CEDIA Best of Show category awards and have numerous patents for innovation used in the Near products, such as the Spiderless Driver, in-ground bandpass subwoofer, which is now used by virtually every competitor out there. We had a patent on that for a very long time, but eventually just let that expire and allowed our competitors to use some of that great technology. And also the LB, which stands for lever bracket design with the lever clamp, etc. And in 1997, Near Speakers was purchased from Bill Kiltica by Bogan Communications, which is a very large commercial audio manufacturer. But Bill, of course, remains very active and is certainly involved in the product design as the lead product designer for Near speakers. And on a side note, just a great guy. So I'm very proud to work with Bill. I talk to him regularly, and he's not only available to support me, but available to support you. So if you have any projects that you'd like to incorporate Near speakers, please send me the details of those projects, and Bill himself will often look at those designs and provide recommendations for those designs. And as I mentioned, we've received numerous best-in-class industry awards for some of our products, like the Nearscapes 44.1 DSP system, Nearscapes 4.1 system, the 7XL DSP amplifier, the IG 44.1 DSP system, and IGS 12 and IG speakers as well. And we'll get into those a little bit and explain what those products are. So first of all, outdoor sound is a very fast growing product category. It's something I think that many people kind of overlook or don't pay enough attention to. But over the weekend, I just received, ironically, a report from CE Pro where they did a special study on outdoor audio and outdoor projects. And they are reporting 97% growth year over year. And also, I was surprised to find out that typical outdoor project cost is climbing. It's up 21% over last year, and now at $6,374. So that's a lot of money for an outdoor project. And also, 6% of the integrators said their average outdoor project was between $15,000 to $25,000, which is a significant amount of income for your business. So it is something to definitely pay attention to. And also 37% of the outdoor projects reported to CE Pro were standalone projects. That means that the homeowner hired the integrator just for the outdoor project and nothing else inside the house, which I think is pretty cool. And so it's definitely worthy of marketing outdoor project products and solutions to your audience, to your client base, and give them some ideas and suggestions on some cool technology that they can add outdoors. And also remember that outdoor speakers can be enjoyed all year round, even in cold climates. I live in Minnesota in the United States, and we certainly get some really cold temperatures here. I can tell you that on Saturday, I was outside working in my yard in a t-shirt and was overheating on Saturday. And on Sunday, we had a massive snowstorm. So my outdoor speakers were pumping all weekend and certainly enjoyed them. So make sure that you're maximizing your outdoor revenues and think of Near, because we can certainly help you with those outdoor projects. So what does Near make? Well, we have a couple different key product categories, actually 4 different product categories. You see 3 of them here. First of all, we have our traditional bracket mounted speakers, and those are called either LB or VM series, which stands for lever bracket or versatile mount speakers. And we have a very nice assortment of products in that traditional bracket mount speaker configuration. Then we have our IG series speakers, which are in-ground speakers, and they are full range speakers and have 360-degree dispersion, which I really love. I'm not sure that my neighbors do. And then we have the IG series subwoofers, which are similar in the look to the IG full range speakers, but they're just subwoofers. So just a bass speaker. And then we have the Nearscape series, which are a combination of the full range speakers and then the subwoofer. And we have a couple different options for those. We either have a 2.1 system, 4.1 system, and even 5 or 7.1 systems that can be used. There certainly are some outdoor systems, really cool outdoor systems that are a 5.1 or 7.1 system to add kind of a media experience outdoors. And that's certainly something to pay attention to as well and suggest to your customers. And then, of course, we have the amazing Near DSP amplifiers. I just can't stress enough how cool these products are. We have 2 different models. We have the 3XL and the 7XL. So it's either 2 times 350 or 2 times 700. And these are very flexible and dynamic products. With the XL amplifiers, you can use those either in a 70-volt configuration or traditional 8-ohm, or both. So for instance, in my home project, I have one of the 7XL amplifiers, and on one channel, I'm running my subwoofer, 8 ohms, and then I'm running a series of speakers, in-ground speakers, 70 volt. So you can do both. They also have great DSP controls, either via the front panel or also using our PC application as well. And they are Class D amplifiers, and also feature a 3-year warranty, and of course plenty of profit in these amplifiers as well. And they're a 2U height, and they come complete with rack ears, so you could just mount those right into the rack. No special accessories or rack panels that you need to order separately. And here you can see the application that we have, or the PC software that we have for the DSP configuration. And you can either personalize that on your own and tune those outdoor speaker systems as you like, or you can use one of the 16 DSP presets that we have, which cover most of the Near systems. And we're also happy to make custom calibration for you as well. So if you have a large outdoor project and you need a little advice on how to tune that perfectly, then please contact me, and I will most likely lean on Bill for some advice based on his 30 years of great experience to maximize the outdoor quality for those speakers. And also keep in mind that 70 volt systems are really ideal for large installs and outdoor installs. I'll be honest with you, I was an integrator for 20 years and I had never done an outdoor system or any system that was 70 volt. So I was a little bit intimidated by that, but I ended up rewiring my system as a 70 volt system, and I absolutely love it. And it's so simple and easy to run a 70 volt system because you don't need to run dedicated runs out to each speaker. You can just run them in series. So just run from the amplifier to the first speaker and then just move on to the next one. And makes it really simple and easy. Also better for simple wiring runs, low signal loss, and low signal loss over long wire runs as well. So usually the subwoofers are on channel A and satellites are on channel B. And it's something that you should definitely check out and try. If you haven't run a 70 volt system, I really encourage you to do it. There's a lot of people that think that you might lose some sound quality. And if you're ever in Minnesota, you can come to my house and I'd love to give you a demonstration because it sounds phenomenal. So why are Near products so cool? Again, I always look at this from an installer's perspective and what's the benefit to the installer. And I may think that the Near speakers are really cool because I work for Near, but it's not just my opinion. These speakers are very highly regarded by dealers and the press and consumers worldwide. And if you look at some of the reviews that we have here, this is a great review from Dennis Berger with Residential Systems in the US. And he says, Near LB8 speakers, so those are the traditional bracket mount speakers, lever bracket speakers, manage to do what so few outdoor speakers do: deliver exquisite detail and gorgeous imaging with plenty of bottom end and no audible distortion without the need for a subwoofer. Installation is also a breeze due to the speaker's innovative bracket mount design. So that's one review. And then I really love this review here from Fred Harding, who actually is in Minnesota. He works for a local distributor and also as a industry reviewer. And he said the Near IG6 and IGS12, so that's the in-ground 6-inch full-range speaker with the in-ground 12-inch subwoofer combo, is one of the best speaker systems I've ever heard for either an interior or exterior design. Music comes alive wherever you are in the yard. That's a really powerful statement. And I would agree with Fred. I say it all the time that I think the Near speakers are one of the best sounding speakers I've ever heard in my career, in my 30 years in the industry, whether it's an indoor speaker or an outdoor speaker. So you really have to hear them to believe me, but they sound phenomenal. And also, the Near speakers are engineered for very harsh environmental challenges. So we have an amazing warranty on our speaker products. And the reason we're able to offer such a rigorous warranty on the products is because we've gone through some pretty severe testing. And so these products were designed to meet the military spec 810, which is a spec from the military for durability, and also withstand extreme heat, cold, and salt fog. If any of you have ever worked on yachts or near the ocean, you know that that salt air can really be extremely damaging. And our products are designed to stand up to even those extreme conditions. And you can see the speaker that we have in the middle is an actual speaker that has been on top of Mount Washington since around 1990, and it's still pumping away without any issues. And also the speakers are designed to resist UV rays or any kind of fading or deterioration from the sun, and also fertilizer, smog, chlorine, dirt, snow, like I have here. My speakers sit outside all year round. In the summer, it's often 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 30 degrees Celsius with the sun beating down on those speakers, and they look like brand new. And then in the winter, they can be covered under, a couple feet of snow. So, and they look like brand new. They perform like they're brand new. And also the LB speaker connection is IP67 rated. So what that means is that speaker connection can actually be submerged underwater. That's what that IP67 rating means, is that it does resist any kind of moisture seeping into the connections. And what we like to say is our second big advantage is that we sound better than any of our competitors. The first advantage that we have to offer is we're more durable than any of our competitors. And that didn't happen by accident. That was years and years, decades of research that Bill and his team have done to find any weak points that may exist with our products or with outdoor speakers, and then improve upon those weak points or eliminate them altogether. And so we don't like to look at what all the competitors are doing and just replicate what they're doing. We really reject off-the-shelf design philosophy and like to develop our own proprietary technology and proprietary engineering, and also a lot of innovation to deliver reliable performance and extreme durability. And we also like to deliver a consistent quality and sonic signature across the entire product line. So just keep in mind, like I said, that we've studied outdoor speaker technology for over 30 years and identified any weak points to improve the durability and sonic performance for our outdoor speakers. And there's a reason why we can offer such an incredible warranty period for our speakers. First of all, let's look at the spider that exists on many of the speakers. Usually spiders are made from either cloth or paper, and that's kind of like the shock absorber that centers that cone. And over time, that cloth or paper can deteriorate or wear out or crack, and that's not, it's just not very durable in wet or harsh conditions. So we remove the spider completely, and we use patented liquid magnetic suspension design on all of our speakers. And that delivers consistent performance from either minus 20 degrees to up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, which is just ridiculous. So I often get asked, will these speakers work in, some pretty harsh conditions in Dubai, in the desert, South Africa, maybe, really extreme conditions in Canada, or other parts of the world where it gets extremely cold. And also, and they certainly will stand up to that, but also by using this design, we have less listener fatigue and better power handling, and also very musical at low and high volume. And I really like that aspect, because sometimes you have to really enjoy the speakers, or experience the great sound quality of a speaker. You need to crank it up, and that absolutely isn't the case with Near. You certainly can do that and get these really pumping, but also at very low volumes. They're very, very often in my backyard. We have a nice fire pit, and we'll turn these on at night and have them on at a very low volume, and they sound phenomenal, even at those low volumes. The clarity and sonic performance is just remarkable. So also just keep in mind that cloth spiders perform very poorly outdoors as well. When they get cold, that those materials just don't move as well in very cold conditions. So we've eliminated that altogether, and that's why we're able to offer a great warranty on the suspension aspects of our speakers. Then moving on to the diaphragm or the cone. Usually the cones are made out of plastic or paper, and they just don't stand up very well to severe conditions. They can tear or crack or deteriorate over time. But we use a metal diaphragm technology, which is anodized. So it almost produces kind of a ceramic coating on the diaphragm, or a ceramic protection, let's say, on that diaphragm, so it won't deteriorate or color or rust or anything like that over time. And also, when we decided to do that, we also recognize that metal can color the sound. So if you have a metal tub and you hit that with a spoon, it's going to ring out and affect the sound quality. And so we realized that that was a concern. And so, in order to tune the speaker properly and avoid any negative impact from the metal cone, we also dampen this with a special surround material. This also produces great power handling and clean high output, and it sounds great at all temperatures. So in order to tune that properly, we have tested, countless materials. Usually the surround is made from a butyl rubber, which can also dry or crack or deteriorate over time. And so we needed to find a different material to use, but also something that is flexible and allows that cone to move, or that basket to move, or cone to move, and not slow that down or impact any of the performance. And so we tested countless materials over time and found this great material, super polymer, and that's what we use for our surrounds. So it resists UV rays, salt fog, chemicals, chlorine, and it's very durable for outdoor or indoor pool areas. And it's it's specially tuned, or specifically tuned to dampen the cone resonance as well, so it doesn't affect the sound quality or sonic performance of the speaker. So again, this is another example of how we've found a weak point in the speaker technology for outdoor conditions or wet or harsh conditions, and we've improved that by producing different technology and finding a more durable material to use for that surround. And we use one grade tweeter on all of our models. It's a titanium alloy 1-inch inverted metal dome tweeter. And this produces audiophile sound quality and also 120-degree dispersion. And of course, the magnetic fluid suspension is used there as well to produce low distortion and high clarity sound quality. Also, by using this, it allows us to offer, of course, extreme durability in all environments. And then for the enclosure that we use on our speakers, that's another potential weak point that we identified. And instead of using a traditional uh, plastic speaker, we use a mica infused polymer and not ABS plastic. And when we produce these speakers, we not only use that mica infused polymer, but we also inject a UV pack into that as well to resist any kind of fading or sun damage to the enclosure as well. So we take the color and the mica and the UV pack and inject that in when we build these enclosures. So the enclosure is completely color through. So even if you hit it with a weed whacker or something like that, or a shovel, you're not going to have a chip on that enclosure or that cabinet. And also these polymer materials are very inert and solid, and they don't resonate like ABS plastic. They don't ring out. So they're very solid and allow us to deliver a real accurate sonic signature across all of our speakers. And as I said, that UV resistant treatment that we use with these speakers also resists any color changes or scuffs. And then on the grill, we use a powder coated aluminum or stainless steel grill so that they resist rust as well. And you'll notice on our speaker grills that we use a rectangular perf grill, and that allows the rain to run through these a little easier. A lot of other competitors have used a round perforation, and now we're seeing most of our competitors switch over to this rectangular perf or oval perf on the grill as well. So again, another example of how we've developed some great innovation, and now a lot of our competitors are copying that or replicating it in their designs. Another thing that I really like about the speakers is the flexibility with our speakers. So the LB series and a lot of our other speakers can either be run in an 8 ohm configuration or 70 volt. So you have that flexibility. Like in my system at my house, when I first installed my system, I set it up as an 8 ohm system. And then after talking with Bill and thinking about it, I wanted to try out the 70 volt configuration. So I just simply made some wiring changes and converted those speakers over to 70 volt and had zero compromise on the sound quality. They really sound phenomenal. And I get compliments all the time on the speaker quality or sonic quality of my outdoor system. And we have several different options. You can order the LB series in a traditional 8 ohm configuration, or you can order them in the adaptable 8 ohm or 70 volt configuration. All the IG series speakers are switchable, and subwoofers are all low impedance. So now let's talk about some of the new products that we've produced over the past couple of years. First of all, one of my favorites would be the IG4M Bollard style speaker. They have a great form factor. I think American companies get criticized very often by our international audience for not having great industrial designs. And I think that this one certainly addresses that. And we get a lot of great compliments from our international audience about the IG4M Bollard style speaker. It just looks really cool and sounds phenomenal. And it's also a great blend with the IGS 100 subwoofer as well. And then we do have dual custom connections at the bottom, so you can easily daisy chain these satellites. and they can be either 70 volt or 8 ohm configuration, as you see in that little diagram. You can easily switch those over. And this is something that we won a Best of Show award from CEDIA. And this is our IG 44.1 DSP system. So if you are putting in a 2.1 or 4.1 system, I really strongly encourage you to use the DSP amplifiers with those, because we offer a great value when you bundle those together. So in this particular configuration, the IG 44.1 DSP, you get 4 of the Bollard style speakers, and then you get the IGS 100M subwoofer, and you also receive 4 20-foot cables and the IE1 direct burial connection box, which is a great little box. I really like these. I use them all over in my project, and a lot of people will order tons of these just to use for other outdoor connections as well, because they like them so much. So it really is a great little product. And then, of course, 4 matching ground stakes as well come with this system. So it really is a complete system that we have to offer. And again, it just sounds phenomenal. I've seen many people use this system all over the world and absolutely love it. Then we have the Beast, the IGS 212, which is a dual 12-inch subwoofer. I use one of these at my house, and my wife regularly tells me to turn the music down because she hears the subwoofer thumping inside the house. So it does have the equivalent output of a 15-inch woofer, and 2 to 3 dB more than our single 12-inch subwoofer. So you can see this is a push-pull configuration that we have. And of course, these are in stock, and the IGS 12 remains in the line. That's definitely a popular item. That's the single 12-inch. Now on to our VM1 and VM2 series speakers. These are great products. Really happy that we released these a couple of years ago, and they really swing way outside of their weight class. I would put these speakers up against any speakers in their product category, against many of the traditional bracket mount speakers that are available from a lot of other speaker manufacturers that make indoor architectural speakers, because these sound phenomenal. And the cool thing about the VM1 and VM2 series speakers is they use a lot of our same technology with these speakers. So they still have the anodized metal alloy driver. They have a 1-inch titanium alloy inverted dome tweeter. They use a custom polymer mica infused cabinet. And when you pick these speakers up, you can just tell immediately that they're really solid and really well designed. So I would encourage you to bring these with for any customer meeting that you might have, and just show these speakers off. They're very easy to obviously connect up to an amplifier, and but even just showing them to a customer and showing how solid they are, even just hitting your knuckles on the cabinet, you can tell how rigid and inert, and the great quality that we have to offer with these VM series speakers, VM1 and VM2. So they also feature a 7-year warranty. So I think that's far greater for an outdoor speaker warranty than most of our competitors out there. So how do you sell the benefits of Near? I think that anyone I talk to around the world, dealers that I talk to, say, yeah, I have some outdoor speakers, and I just sell my basic bracket mount speakers from my architectural speaker provider. And I understand that. I was a dealer for 20 years, so I understand that you probably have some pressure from your architectural speaker supplier to sell more of their products. But I think that there's great benefits when you're selling Near, because you can offer some unique benefits like the warranty and the durability, and the fact that Near has focused on one thing for the past 20 years, and that's making exceptional outdoor speakers. And so when I was an integrator, I would always say to my customers that, they'd ask me, why you're recommending this product? And I would say, well, it's a good question. I've been an integrator for, however long. I've been involved in consumer electronics for 10 or 15 or 20 years. And what I like to do is go to these trade shows like CEDIA, and back then it was CES. And I like to find the best possible product in each product category. And that's what I recommend to my customers, because I don't want to just offer one brand in every product category. Sony is a great example. I love Sony. I think they make great products, but I would not always sell everything from Sony. I didn't really care for their amplifiers as much as I maybe liked Yamaha amplifiers. And so I would sell Sony TVs, but I would often recommend Yamaha amplifier, and certainly different speakers than Sony speakers. So I would recommend that you do the same with Near. Near is definitely the best product for outdoor speaker technology. And the reason for that is because that's all we've done for 30 years. So how do you sell those benefits to your customer? First, don't copy your competition. Find a way to differentiate, and don't focus on the price of the box. Try and elevate that outdoor experience. I spend an awful lot of time outdoors, even in the climate that I live in Minnesota. I'm outdoors all the time, and I believe I use my outdoor speakers more than any other speakers in the house. And so it doesn't necessarily cost your customer a lot more to have outstanding outdoor speaker technology in an outdoor, exceptional outdoor experience. So that's what I would recommend that you focus on, is focus on the overall experience that you are responsible for delivering to your client, and give them a reason to love that system. I always looked at it, my goal when I was working with an end user customer is I wanted them to absolutely love that system. I wanted them to rave about it and tell all their friends, you got to come over and check out these incredible tunes that Pete Baker and his team put in for my outdoor system. It sounds amazing. And also keep in mind that you're providing a professionally installed entertainment system that is in a beautiful home that's going to provide them years of family enjoyment. So if the speaker system costs them a few $100s more, amortize that over the lifetime that they're going to be in that house. And think about that, because most people are going to be in their house for 5 or 10 or 20 or 50 years. And very often I would have a customer say that this is their toe tag house, that they're not moving until someone pulls them out of there with a tag on their toe, and that's the end of their life. So keep that in mind, that this is a system that they're going to enjoy for many, many years to come. And it's worth investing in a really nice outdoor audio system so that the whole family and neighbors and everybody can enjoy that system and rave about how amazing it sounds. So now, as we wrap up, why would you want to sell Near speakers when there's so many other outdoor landscape speaker brands? Why would you choose Near or offer Near? Well, first of all, durability. The Near speakers are built to last and have withstood some of the most severe weather conditions on the planet. As I've talked about, we've looked at any potential failure point on these speakers and either improve that or eliminated it completely, like the Spider. And also, I think the speakers are phenomenal, but don't just take my word for it. Look at the awards and reviews that we've received from the industry for best in class awards at a stunning rate. And the reviewers just rave about Near, comparing them to the best interior speaker systems on the planet. And again, I can't stress enough that I hear so many times from people that install Near speakers how impressed they are with the sound quality. And also think about the durability. in the fact that we've tested these. We didn't just look at these and say, I think that's good enough. They should be pretty durable now. We went the next step beyond that and had our products tested to make sure that they do stand up to very rigorous testing and standards, like the military spec 810 and IP67 rating that we have on the speaker connections, and also the flexibility. I just love that. I really love to have a lot of options in my system designs. And with Near, not only is it nice for the installer when putting these speakers in, that you don't have to run a lot of extra cable and dedicated runs to each speaker. It's also nice for the consumer because they save on some labor costs when you're running these in a 70-volt configuration. And also the 360-degree radiating pattern and sound that we have to offer is really unlike anything else on the market. So that also offers great flexibility to place these speakers and produce uniform sound wherever you are in that outdoor environment. And the premium sound quality is due to numerous patented technological innovations over the course of our 30-year history. And keep in mind that the Near speakers are backed by extremely long warranties. The LB series speakers have a 12-year parts and labor warranty. And even with that 12-year warranty, our failure rate has been less than 1%. So that's pretty remarkable. And there's a reason for that. It's because of the components that we use, materials that we use, and the innovation and design and engineering that we have incorporated into these product designs. So I recommend that you sell differently and use Near as a way to differentiate from your competition with the incredible sound and build quality that we have to offer. And I love thinking differently. I really love thinking out of the box. And I've actually written articles about this. I look at these companies here that I have listed. Virgin Airlines, when Richard Branson decided that he wanted to start up an airline, everyone thought he was crazy because there were a lot of massive airlines out there. And he said, I'm gonna deliver a completely different experience than what traditional airlines offer. And I don't know if you've ever flown on a Virgin flight. I have, and it really is a different experience. You walk on the airplane, and they have pretty cool mood lighting. They've got some great music playing. And even when you're waiting in the lounge, the experience in the lounge is, they've got great food. It's kind of like a club atmosphere. It's really, really cool. And then look at Uber. They decided to have a taxi service, but not own any automobiles. Tesla decided that they were going to open up an automobile manufacturing company, but they weren't going to have gas-powered vehicles. They were going to have electric-powered vehicles, and now they're soaring. And same thing with Amazon. Jeff Bezos has talked many times about his start to Amazon, and now nearly everyone in the world has an Amazon account and buys from them. So Near has definitely done that as well. They reject out of the ordinary designs or traditional designs, I'm sorry, and like to have their own proprietary designs. And that's why our speakers are so durable and sound so magnificent. And for my company, my integration company that you see at the bottom, Custom Home Integration, I also tried to deliver a different experience. When everybody else was focusing on the sound quality or video quality, I focused on the user capabilities. And I said, no matter what you choose in this system, I promise that it's going to be easy to operate. And so that was my tagline: we make entertainment easy. Because a lot of consumers were intimidated by technology and nervous about adding technology into their home. So I would encourage you to do the same. And when you sell differently with Near and take a different approach than your competition, that adds value to your proposition. And allows you to stand apart from the competition. And so I would recommend, when you're doing these presentations and meeting with end user customers, sell differently and use Near as a great tool to offer a different experience and make that initial meeting with a potential customer different. Discuss high-res audio, outdoor audio, and 70-volt benefits, and also home resale value. I did that all the time. I would say to that end user customer, I know this is a significant investment, but I guarantee you that it will add value to your home. And if you look at two homes side by side, one of them has technology wired in that home and the other one does not have technology wired in the home, absolutely the one wired with technology will have a greater value. And also, by discussing some of these things like high res audio, which doesn't cost anything more. I sell a lot of high res audio products from the different brands that I represent, and it doesn't cost anything extra to offer a system that supports high res audio, and Near speakers will allow you to really appreciate that high res audio technology as well. And also, just talking about outdoor audio and telling that consumer, listen, in my experience, the customers I've worked with over the years really seem to use their outdoor system a lot. That's an area where I would recommend improving the sound quality. And I would often talk with consumers and say, think of it as areas in your home might be passive listening areas and active listening areas. And an example might be a powder room or a closet or something like that. Those might be a little more passive listening areas, or maybe a dining room where the music is always real low and you just want a little ambiance. But the outdoor area is a place where you might want to really enjoy that sound. And that's a place where you should invest a little bit more and have a little better experience. And deliver a system that your clients will love and use every single day. Your clients will soon forget if they invested a few $100s more for some outdoor speakers, but they'll remember every day how much they love their system when they turn it on and crank it up. And that's how you get referrals. You get referrals by delivering an exceptional experience. And it's okay to take a stand with your customers and say, listen, I know you want to watch your budget, but there's certain areas where you can cut back and other areas where I would not recommend it. And the outdoor audio is definitely an area where you should not cut back. And also use professional grade products in your installations with exceptional build quality. Nobody wants the hassle of replacing speakers that have chipped or faded or blown over time. And I will tell you honestly, just this weekend, this past weekend, I do have a couple of old outdoor speakers from a different brand, which I won't mention. And I had to paint them this weekend because they had chipped and faded and discolored over time. And so I need to replace those with some Near speakers. And nobody wants to deal with that, those service calls just to repair an outdoor speaker. And also ask yourself, why should anybody buy from you? And, I really think about this all the time. And I've written an article about this as well. I have a good friend of mine, Helia Fisher, who used to be the managing director of Yamo speakers in the US. And Helia used to tell his team, nobody is standing in line waiting to buy Yamo speakers from you today. You need to give them a reason why they should buy those speakers from you. And I think the same thing is true with Near, of course, and that's why I've identified the great benefits we have to offer. But also think about it for your business. When you offer a professional grade solution like Near speakers that are not available direct to the consumer, they're only available through professional integrators, that adds more value to your business. And so if you're offering Near speakers and you get that customer to like the idea of Near outdoor audio, and you say, look, Near is definitely the best outdoor speaker on the planet because that's all they've done for 30 years. And I guarantee you, if you have Near speakers in your system, they're going to last longer and sound better than any other speaker on the planet. If that customer believes you and likes that idea, and then they go talk to your competitor and say, do you sell Near speakers? And they say, no, we don't have Near speakers, but we have brand X, Y, or Z. Well, that one little thing might be the difference between them going with you versus your competition. So always find ways to plant seeds and differentiate from your competition, and that adds more value to your business. So that's it. Thank you very much for coming today and listening to the presentation. I hope it was helpful to you, and I hope that you stay safe and healthy, and hopefully we have some better days ahead once we get through this crazy period in our world history. And if you have any questions, just let me know, and you can certainly talk with Bill Kiltica, who is the founder, and I can open up some of these microphones as well. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to ask Bill. Otherwise, thank you very much for joining us today. I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us, and hope you have a great week ahead.